Is he though?
Certainly no hate toward this commenter. This is a common sentiment that the God of the Bible is this vindictive father figure, while Jesus is this hippie figure that just wants us all to love one another and get along. Part of the reason why I push back against this is that most Christians believe that Jesus is one and the same with God the Father. The other is that some of Jesus' teachings are just unethical and toxic and continue to do great harm today. For example, watch this clip.
This is what the Lord wants. He wants discipline. One of the forms of discipline that he uses is to be put out of the church, to be publicly shamed, to be put away from the fellowship. In this case, it applies to Eileen Gray. Eileen decided to leave her husband, to grant no grace to him at all, to take the children, to go away, to forsake him, not to reconcile, to reject all of the instruction and counsel of the elders. We've done everything we can to call her to repentance, and now we have to do what the Bible says and put her out, treat her as if she's an unbeliever, for all we know she may well.
Now that was John MacArthur, pastor of Grace Community Church, excommunicating one of his members for leaving her husband after there had been allegations that her husband, who was on staff at that church, committing CSA on one of her children. Now, John MacArthur is acting on Jesus' teachings in Matthew 19. Jesus says that divorce is not permitted except for in the case of marital unfaithfulness, essentially adultery. Now, John MacArthur is not an outlier here. I can't tell you how many times I've heard pastors and professors both teach that women should stay with their abusers unless they commit adultery. Now, one could argue that John MacArthur and these other pastors are taking this teaching way too literally, but the problem is that Jesus, if he is God, would have known that this is exactly how this teaching would have been used, and he does not clarify it anywhere in this text, nor anywhere else. We are left to expand upon the verse ourselves to say that, yes, abuse, that CSA and other things also permit a divorce. So for this reason and many others, I'd say that both God and Jesus are problematic.